हेलो गाइस। तो आज अभी केमिकल कंट्रोल एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन हम लोग शुरू करेंगे। और शुरू करने से पहले ये लेक्चर ज़्यादा लंबा नहीं होगा, 30 मिनट होगा। और इसमें हम लोग केमिकल कंट्रोल एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन का कुछ पार्ट करेंगे, ठीक है। 297 उसके बाद अगली सेशन में हम लोग पूरा केमिकल एंड कंट्रोल कोऑर्डिनेशन का पूरा रिवाइज करेंगे। चलिए फिर शुरू करते हैं। कितने टॉपिक्स हैं? I am from West Bengal, Vivek Chava. Fifteen, 20, 30, 35. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Start. Chemical control and coordination. The neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinate and regulate physiological functions in the body. Endocrine gland lacks duct and hence called ductless gland. Their secretion are called hormones. So, the neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinates and regulates the physiological functions of in the body. Endocrine glands lack ducts and are hence called ductless gland. Endocrine glands lack duct and hence are called ductless gland.
वाला क्या हाल चाल मेरे चमकते सितारों में तहे दिल से आपका स्वागत करती हूँ आपके अपने नीट अल्टीमेट क्रैश कोर्स 2.0 में और आज हम करने जा रहे हैं हाइड्रोकार्बन का लेक्चर नंबर 2। तो सबसे पहले तो बता दीजिए कैसे हैं भाई। आफ्टर अ वीक मैं बोलूँगी हमारी क्लास हो रही है और सभी स्टूडेंट्स आए बहुत बढ़िया होंगे, बहुत बेहतरीन होंगे। तो आज की क्लास के अंदर हम हाइड्रोकार्बन चैप्टर को फर्दर प्रोसीड करने वाले हैं। अभी तक हमने हाइड्रोकार्बन के अंदर ये देखा था कि अगर हम इसकी क्लासिफिकेशन करते हैं तो ये एल्केन्स, एल्कीन्स एंड एल्काइड्स के अंदर क्लासिफाई हो जाते हैं और जिसमें से हमने एल्केन्स को स्टार्ट कर लिया था जहां पर हमने ये बोला था कि दीज आर दी सैचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन्स। एम आई राइट? तो उन्हीं सैचुरेटेड हाइड्रो
Okay, endocrine glands lack ducts and hence are called ductless gland. Their secretion are called hormones. Hormones are non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amount. Endocrine glands lack ducts and hence are called ductless gland. Hence are called ductless gland. Their secretions are called hormones. Hormones are non-nutrient chemicals which are act as intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amount. Okay. The neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinate and regulate the physiological functions in the body. The neural system and endocrine system jointly coordinate and regulate the physiological functions in the body. Endocrine glands lack ducts and hence are called ductless gland. Endocrine glands lack ducts and hence are called ductless gland. Hormones are non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amount. Hormones are non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amount. Endocrine glands The endocrine gland is like the body's messaging service. It uses chemical messengers called hormone. Okay. Growth hormone, metabolism, stress response, blood sugar regulation, insulin, reproduction, and sleep cycle are the functions of hormones. Growth, metabolism, stress, blood sugar regulation, reproduction, example estrogen and testosterone. Sleep cycle is melatonin. It's like the nervous system but slower with longer lasting effects. What is the main function of the endocrine system? To regulate body function using chemical messenger called hormones. What is the key difference between exocrine and endocrine? Endocrine glands are ductless and release hormones into the blood. Exocrine glands have ducts. Name the gland that called the master gland, pituitary gland. Which endocrine gland controls sleep-wake cycle? Pineal gland. Release melatonin. What is a hormone? A hormone is a chemical messenger released by endocrine gland that acts as target organ. Which gland works as both endocrine and exocrine? That is pancreas. Okay. Next is human endocrine system. Endocrine system is a chemical coordination system in the body consists of endocrine glands, their hormones and their modes of action. Human endocrine system consists of following glands: hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, adrenal, pancreas and gonads. Which of the following is a ductless gland? Which gland is called the master gland? Pituitary is called the master gland. The pineal gland secretes melatonin. Which gland regulates blood sugar level? Hormones are transferred in the body through ducts. Four, the pancreas regulates blood sugar level by releasing insulin and glucagon. Hormones are transferred in the body through blood. Okay, hormones are transferred in the body through the blood. You are knowing well, want to revise pancreas and hormone transfer? Okay. Human endocrine system. Endocrine. Human endocrine system, that is a chemical coordination system in the body, consists of endocrine glands, their hormones and their mode of action. Human endocrine system consists of the following: hypothalamus, hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, adrenal, pancreas, and gonads. Hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is a structure of the diencephalon of the brain. Location brain. It is a collection of human endocrine system consist of the following glands: hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, adrenal, pancreas, and gonads. The hypothalamus is a structure of the diencephalon of the brain located anterior and inferior to the thalamus. The hypothalamus is anatomically and functionally related to pituitary gland, a bean-sized organ suspended from it by stem called infundibulum or pituitary stalk. It contains several group of neurosecretory cells called nuclei which produce hormone. The posterior pituitary is under direct neural regulation. Okay, human endocrine system. Endocrine system is a chemical coordination system in the body that consists of endocrine glands, their hormones, and their mode of action. Human endocrine system consists of hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, adrenal, pancreas, and gonads. এই অবধি শুরু হচ্ছে হরমোন শিকার করে শেষ। The hypothalamus is a structure of the diencephalon of the brain located anterior The hypothalamus is a small but powerful part of the brain. अच्छा hypothalamus ethnic center of the body. Hypothalamus is a small but powerful part of the brain located below the thalamus and just above the pituitary gland. Think of it as a boss of the endocrine system. It controls the pituitary, which in turn controls the functions of hypothalamus. Controls the pituitary gland, secrete, release, and emitting hormones that act as the anterior pituitary. TRH and GnRH maintains homeostasis, means regulates body temperature, hunger, thirst, sleep, and emotion. Link nervous and endocrine system. Hormones secreted by hypothalamus are TRH, thyrotropin releasing hormones, stimulate TSH release from pituitary. GnRH stimulate FSH and ICH. Oh, okay. The hypothalamus is a structure of the diencephalon of the brain located anterior and inferior to the thalamus. Okay, below the anterior. Okay, below the thalamus and above the pituitary gland. Okay, and related to pituitary gland, a bean-sized shape form it as a stem to the infundibulum or pituitary stalk. It contains several groups of neurosecretory cells called nuclei which produce hormones. The posterior pituitary is under the direct neural regulation of hypothalamus. Releasing hormone are secret stimulating hormone release gonadotropins GnRH. GnRH gonadotropin releasing hormone stimulate FSH and LH release. Follicle stimulating hormone and LH release. TRH thyrotropin releasing hormone stimulate the release of TSH from pituitary. Stimulate the release of TSH from pituitary. Stimulate the release of TSH from pituitary. Maintains homeostasis. Regulates body temperature. Inhibiting hormone secret growth hormones somatostatin. Thyrotropin. Okay. The hypothalamic hormone called dash hormone growth hormone. Pituitary gland. Smallest endocrine gland located in a bony cavity called sella turcica and attached to the hypothalamus by a stalk. Inhibiting hormone. Pituitary gland, smallest endocrine gland. It is located in a bony cavity called sella turcica and is attached to the hypothalamus by a stalk. It is divided into adenophysis and neurophysis. It is divided into adenophysis and neurophysis. It has two parts, pars distalis and pars adenophysis. It has two parts, pars distalis and pars intermedia. Oh, smallest endocrine gland located in a bony cavity called sella turcica and is attached to the hypothalamus by a stalk called. It is divided into adenophysis and neurophysis. It is divided into adenophysis and neurophysis. What are ductless glands that secrete hormones called endocrine? Which two systems jointly coordinate and regulate physiological functions, that is nervous system and endocrine system? What are hormones? Non-nutrient chemicals. What are hormones? Non-nutrient. Name the main glands of the human endocrine system: hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, adrenal, pancreas, gonad. Where is the hypothalamus located? Anterior to the anterior and inferior to the thalamus in the diencephalon of the brain. What connects the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland? The infundibulum or pituitary stalk. What connects the hypothalamus? Infundibulum. Which part of the hypothalamus produce hormones? Group of neurosecretory cells called nuclei. Which part of hypothalamus produce group of what are the two types of hormones secreted by hypothalamus? Releasing hormone and emitting hormone. What is the function of GnRH? Stimulates the pituitary to release gonadotropin. What is the smallest endocrine gland? Pituitary gland. What is the smallest endocrine gland? Pituitary. What is the where is the pituitary gland located? It is located in the it is a bony cavity called sella turcica of the skull. Into which two parts is the pituitary gland divided? Adenophysis and neurophysis. What are the parts of the adenophysis? Pars distilla and pars intermedia. Hormones are called chemical messengers. Hormones secreted in large quantities are stored in endocrine glands. হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ফ্রাইড ফল খেয়েছি, ফ্রাইড রাইস, হ্যাঁ দু নম্বর দিনে বাসি পার্টি। হ্যাঁ 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 কোথায়? হ্যাঁ সর্দি ঠিক হলে যাব। হ্যাঁ করছি।
বারবার করো, ওপরে গরম জল রোজ নষ্ট হয়, ওপর থেকে নিয়ে এসে রেখে দাও বোতলটা।
হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে, নিয়ে এসে রেখে দাও, ওখানে গরম জল পড়ে রয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ
বড় যেটা ডবল ডবল চিনি, ওইটা মোটাটা, ওইটার মধ্যে গরম জল রয়েছে। বারবার করো, ঠিক হয়ে যাবে।
ঠিক আছে।
আমরা সেদিন গেছিলাম, এতে তোমায় বলেছি, ওই ধন্দা বলে একজন আছে আমাদের ঘরের পাশে।
হ্যাঁ ও তো বললে ওই কি সর্দি হয় হসপিটাল মানে ডাক্তার দেখি।
সর্দি হলে প্রত্যেক মানুষেরই হয়। আমাদের সেই সিচুয়েশনটা অ্যাভয়েড করার জন্য এটা গরম জলটা বারবার করতে থাকো সর্দি হলে।
হ্যাঁ
ওপর থেকে নিয়ে এসে বোতল লাগিয়ে নিয়ে বসো, 2 ঘন্টা অন্তর করো। ঠিক আছে, রাখছি।
ঠিক আছে। So pituitary is smallest endocrine gland located in a bony cavity called sella turcica, and it is divided into adenophysis and neurophysis. So done chemical coordination regression for today, and we will now revise it from the flashcard short and crisp. What are the ductless glands that secrete hormones called endocrine? Which two systems jointly coordinate and regulate physiological function? Nervous system and endocrine system. What are hormones? Non-nutrient chemical acting as intercellular messengers produced in trace amount. Name the main gland of the human endocrine system. Hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal and thyroid, parathyroid and thymus, adrenal, pancreas and gonads are the main glands in the human. Where is the hypothalamus located? Anterior and inferior to the thalamus in the diencephalon of the brain. What connects the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland? The infundibulum or pituitary stalk. Which part of the hypothalamus produces hormone? Groups of neurosecretory cells called nuclei. What are the two types of hormones related to the hypothalamus? Releasing hormone and inhibiting hormone. What is the function of GnRH? Stimulates the pituitary to release gonadotropin. What is the smallest endocrine gland? Pituitary gland. Where is the pituitary gland located? It is a bony cavity called the sella turcica of the skull. Into which two parts is the pituitary gland divided? Adenophysis and neurophysis. Adenophysis and neurophysis. What is the parts of the it is pars distalis and pars intermedia. सो आज के लिए इतना ही हमारा था. अब रिवाइज करेंगे हम लोग पूरा जो है ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन से चालू करते. इतना तो हो गया था. लोकोमोशन, एचएचडी और इवोल्यूशन बाकी था. ठीक है, लोकोमोशन करते हैं. ठीक है, चलिए. इसको स्टॉप करते हैं.